Welcome to the KFiles. Today we are riding the lightning in DPO. Thank you for joining us here again in the lush basement office. Thank you for taking the elevator all the way down to the basement.
Thanks for coming along, guys.
We're not really in a basement. We're in an apartment.
They didn't know that, Katie.
I get in front of the camera and I just immediately tell the truth. I can't. It is very lush, though. That's not a lie. The lush part is accurate, I would say.
They didn't know that.
Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Katie, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Chrysalia, and we're
go.
coming at you from HollywoodRedux.com.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about DPO, Darren Peter Oswald, a.k.a. Giovanni Ribisi, when he was like 15.
Oh my god, when he was barely unknown and coming out and fresh face, baby face.
Had to audition twice for that role.
Yeah, seriously, I had no idea.
But I think he nails it. And it's the precursor to many characters he'll play later on in his career, is this character. And of course, joined by Jack Black, was a dynamic duo.
Dude, throughout the episode, I was secretly hoping that just Cage would come out from nowhere and then Tenacious D just started playing in the background of the episode.
Well, there was so much music in the episode. You'd think they could have gotten Tenacious D to do. But I thought about it, and I think that Tenacious D is probably not emo enough for the music that they were looking for.
This is true. See, I didn't consider this.
That's one of my favorite things about that character is his music, is the music he listens to. Because he doesn't get it. He listens to awesome music, but he doesn't get it.
Dude, it was so cool seeing Jack Black in the XFiles.
Oh, yeah.
What's scary? It's appropriate. It's so appropriate to see him
we
there.
had Seth Green back in the first season. I feel like we've got like this pantheon of like stoner,
like fresh faces,
supporting cast. Yeah. No, and they're great. And Jack Black and Giovanni both are
Dude, what a great combo.
Tremendous.
Yeah, seriously.
Jack Black is playing also a precursor to a character he'll play later on in his career.
I'm a little jealous he had that whole arcade to himself and just didn't take advantage of playing.
Well, he was in charge.
It's true, but just could have stolen a few games. It's just me, though.
Yeah, but he had to man all those quarters that fell out of his apron when he died.
That epic shot of just change.
Yeah, directed by the one and only Kim Manners. There were a lot of really nice, stylish touches. Yeah. The quarter scene, and I thought that montage at the end with, him standing over the dead body and yikes. Not the total end, but like the 3/4 end.
No, for sure.
And when he's standing on the roof after he kills Zero, it's like that epic using the music. Music was key.
Dude, music was key throughout this episode.
Yeah.
Like every time something bad was going to happen, the song came on.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was listening to. And I think that it's a message from the writer Howard Gordon. Howard Gordon wrote this one. And I think it's one of my favorite Howard Gordons. It's definitely got a lot of humor in it that I really enjoy. And Mulder and Scully are pretty dry. They each get a little banter at the other, a little barb at the other that is very personal and kind of like sexual a little bit. Like Mulder makes I think it's a penis joke. And when she says, she's talking about some science, then 8.5. She does moulage casting. Which I think is so hot. Gillian Anderson doing science, moulage casting, and then she says, "Oh, it's an 8.5," and he said, "Impressive." And I think that's a dick joke. Look, internet, you tell me. Others might have more information about this. But anyway, so he throws that out, and she kind of smiles and said, "Oh, it's written right here." But there's definitely tension there. And then later on, when they're going through DPO's bedroom, and she makes the joke about him already seeing that particular magazine. So they throw back at each other, and it's very personal, and just you see them like flirting. I mean, we're in now. This is the 3rd episode of the 3rd season, so we're moving right along. Yeah. They're like flirting, basically. That's their version of flirting. It's pretty hot.
I'm kind of glad though that this was more character-based episode. Not so much Scully and Mulder, but more the actual character, I guess. Is he the monster of the week, or? Yeah, this was a monster of the week, and you can say the monster's Darren if you want to. I would go a little farther than that. I would say you're right. It's an emotional episode, and I think that the real monster of this episode is
white boy problems is, he listens to this music that's telling him, it's your time, come alive, take the world, that, your parents' generation, they're not in the best interests of the planet, like, please seize your power. He's listening to all this music that's saying that in so many words, and instead he gets this immense power, and he uses it not only for his own ill gain, but to kill, actually. Humans and poor cows. Like, why would you take out the cows, man?
Yeah, dude, there was no need for that.
That's a guy who feels small. A guy who feels small, who needs to...
Forget the humans, man. It's fine. But the cows, dude, seriously? Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's the monster, is that the sense that, like, your gifts aren't gifts. That everything that you have been given, this body, lightning powers, for example, that it's not good somehow, that it's not a gift, that you're, using it for an unworthy cause that leads only to death and more death, instead of using it to transform. Like they showed us very tellingly, Howard Gordon and Kim Manners worked together to show us very tellingly at the end, this little sequence with DPO sitting in the hospital, and he's in the TV, and we're seeing like how the TV is giving these bad messages and all this stuff, and you see it at Darren's home with his mom. Like, he could use his powers to change things for the better, but he doesn't see it. All he sees is, I'm going to use this to be a jerk, basically.
Right. The dude just needed love. That's all he needed, man.
You know what? It's a little bit different, though. There's a little bit different. Like, in the last episode, we were talking about the Kali Shari. We were talking about Hitler and how maybe if his parents had paid a little more attention to him, who knows how things could have gone. In this case, I would say that we see what happens when someone's nice to him. Mrs. Kavit was nice to him, and instead of being nice to her, he does all this crazy stuff. He stalks her, he makes her feel scared, he
tells her straight out what he can do, and like he expects her to, like, yeah, let's go, let's run away together and
instead of showing her how his gifts, he uses them to help or how to impress her using his gifts in a way that would impress, in a way that that is worthy. Right. You think about like the Milagro, like that Paget the writer, his unworthy cause. This is like that. You could draw that parallel, that like he doesn't use his powers to enlighten, to shine a light, to like show Mrs. Kavit something spectacular. Right. He uses them to scare. He uses them to kill.
Yeah, just plain old.
Because he feels bad.
Really.
Because he feels bad, so he's gonna use this gift that he's been given badly. Right. He's like doing it in opposition to, instead of for himself.
What I did think was really cool every time he like got hit by lightning was that gnarly scar that was going up his neck and up to his skull. Like, that was a really cool effect that was happening back there. See, practical effects can be done, guys.
Yeah, it made me think of, like, The Matrix, like, unplugging, like, you got electrocuted.
Yeah, every time he got hit, it would grow. Really good touch, I think.
Yeah, until by the end, it was just this it's like a Darksider, Darkside Sith Lord, like, when they use the Darkside over and more and more and more, they turn into Emperor Palpatine. It's kind of like that. Like, he was using that. And that's what happens to your body. See, like, joke's on you, DPO. Joke's on you, because you torched yourself. And, and now your life is even sadder than it was. Instead of being excellent, instead of being, extraordinary, which he had extraordinary gifts, so there's no reason why he shouldn't have an extraordinary
He definitely never saw it that way, though.
But no,
that's
exactly.
For sure.
So this is, he thought he had bad luck. That's what he called it.
Yeah.
And so we can also connect this episode to we can file it under L for luck with some other episodes, such as the Goldberg variation is another episode that meditates on the nature of luck. And that's another character, too, who doesn't think he's very lucky. And he's the luckiest. I think we looked at that. It had Shia LaBeouf in it as a little boy. But that's another one. And Milagro is ancillary here as well. I think you could even make the argument that maybe I won't make the argument, actually.
No, you can't do that. You can't just say it and then not say it. Say it, Katie.
Well, I don't remember what I was going to say. So
damn it. There it goes.
It's gone for me. Alas. Well, I do remember, however, that the special effects in this episode are pretty extraordinary. Dude, speaking of extraordinary.
Just little round of applause there for the effects team.
Yeah.
God,
the lightning effects. They invented David Gautier, I think is the name of the special effects supervisor during his time, and he and his team actually invented a new machine, they call it a lightning machine, naturally, and it was like in the ground. I kind of remember seeing back behind the scenes on this. They like put the machine in the ground, and like it was really cool. So definitely take a look at. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Look into that. It's pretty cool. But I always want to call attention to the special effects, especially in the early seasons, because we're talking about the early '90s in Vancouver. They didn't know how to do this stuff. These guys were in new territory in terms of TV production.
New stuff out there.
They had to invent a lot of new innovations, and the innovations that they found we're still using that they look better than a lot of TV today even.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did it all practically. You can tell, and it reads.
I agree that.
All right. We agree. Well, that is all for the investigation into DPO.
Really good episode, guys.
From my side, for now, we say the truth is already here on this show because there are only more layers to peel back on the X-Files. So we'll probably come back to DPO again and try and even dig more deeply, shine the flashlight into some other unlit corners, see what else we can find. But I think we uncovered some gems.
I think we did pretty good.
Yes. Well, we are coming to you from HollywoodRedux.com, where you can find lots of other gems, as it were. You can check out our video game podcast, movie review podcast. We have sketches, we have shorts, we have so many fun things coming to you over the summer months. So definitely stay tuned. And subscribe to Hollywood Redux somewhere around here. I'm your host. You can. My name, first of all, is Katie, and you can find me at KMoles.
And I'm your co-host, Krizali. You can find me at Krizali.
Please look us up and
if you want.
Subscribe. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to DPO.
Maybe like our video, please.
Oh, yeah, like it. Please. Yes. Well, like it if you like it. Like it if you...
Leave us some comments, guys. Talk about the episode a little bit. Like it. What else did you like about the episode?
Okay, goodbye.